Hello everyone, this video is about the December 2021 bingo event. In this video, we're gonna discuss strategies to complete the first bingo event quickly and go through this month's bingo card. This is gonna be a monthly thing that we do a day or two before each bingo event starts, so make sure you subscribe to this channel to see that. Also, God Splashes will drastically help you in bingo. Currently, I'm getting my God Splashes from Lost in Space, which offer free splashes and paid priority ones. I'm also going to host my own splashing services for bingo in my own server next bingo season. So make sure you join Lost in Space server and get the free splash rule, and join Skyblock Duo and get splashes next month. I'll leave the links in the description. Another thing I want to mention is that we now have a hypixel creator code. Use code Hellcastle when buying stuff from the hypixel website, so we get a small percentage. It really would help us a lot. I'm not sure if this is going to be like this for all bingo events, but on the off chance it's different for each event, here's the rules for this one. No auction house, no bazaar, no trading, no gem shop. Essentially, it's Ironman rules. Okay, so starting with a brand new profile, you're gonna have absolutely nothing, not even fairy souls, and you're gonna have a hard time doing anything on the bingo sheet, no matter how easy some of those tasks seem. And although you do get a whole week to finish all the tasks, it's more fun if you try racing people and do it as fast as possible. That is the spirit of bingo after all. The first thing you want to do is all the usual starting stuff, where you just kinda get yourself through the tutorial, and from there, you can start planning your path. Ignore the 5 big community goals for now, we're just gonna focus on the 20 individual goals. It may be tempting to go for the easiest tasks first, like the 7 skill average or 50 fairy souls, but honestly, I don't think that's a good idea. These tasks are so easy that you're going to complete them whilst you do other things, and they probably shouldn't be something you worry about. Instead, you should first focus on crafting 25 unique minions, as it will also give you more minion slots for the collection quests later on. It's something you can use to generate you money, which you will also need later, and gathering the materials will level up your skills. I suggest going straight for the level 2 or 3 mining minions and oat minions, as they're very easy to get and both lead to something you need later. Head back to your island and place down as many oat minions as you can, then move on to the next task. The next 2 tasks you should tackle are the Jacob's tickets and the crafting a backpack. Obtaining a Jacob ticket is as simple as just participating in any event, and the smallest backpack only takes a collection of 250 to make. I suggest grabbing a rookie hoe and heading over to the farm to farm potatoes until you reach farming level 10 in order to partake in an event, and then kill cows whilst you're there to get the leather you need. Bear in mind that looting 1 is actually bugged and is the best level for looting right now. Save the potatoes you got, you're gonna want these later. After doing this, head back to your own island and collect from your oat minions. Keep checking your oat minions every 15 minutes or so to collect from them until you've unlocked small storages. Craft them to give you your oat minions, and then still leave them there whilst you do the next tasks. Our next goals are going to be obtaining 6 pets, 7 accessories, ember armor, and reaching Slayer level 3. Hopefully at some point down the line, you've gotten yourself a decent sword and armor set through playing normally, such as grabbing the Squire set and sword from Rosetta. You can obtain the coins for these from mining flint and then selling flint to an NPC. And you also might want to get a hunter's knife from the foraging islands for mobility. Assuming you're starting on day 1 or 2, you can get the Griffin pet from Diana for 25,000 coins, which will make a decent starter pet for you, and then you may or may not want to collect a few easy to get fairy souls. Whilst you're there, use the NEU mod or a video guide to find them easier. Then, take on the Revenant Horror boss. As long as you reforged and enchant your items, a tier 1 Revenant Horror probably can't kill you if you try to get it to, and a tier 2 is a little harder but can be manageable if you're up for the challenge. All in all, you're gonna need to kill 40 tier 1s or 8 tier 2s to get your target XP. It might not be a bad idea to skip this step if you can't quite kill a tier 2 and come back to it later. Finishing this should give you plenty of combat HP, which will give you access to the Spider's Den and the Nether Islands. Go ahead and grab a freed Ramma Wolf pet from the Spider's Den, that's your second pet, and then visit the Nether Islands. Check the temperature there, it indicates when the boss is going to spawn, and if it's scalding, then wait around. If it's not scalding, make note and come back later. When the boss does spawn, deal damage to it in any way possible, maybe using an artisanal shortbow or something, and it will guarantee an ember fragment to drop. You only need 4 fragments to make boots, which will count as quest completion, but you will have to check back here every 2 hours a total of 4 times over the course of your playthrough, and it's important to start as early as possible. If you can, grab 80 blaze rods too. Head back to the hub and buy a bee pet from Bia, and that's your third pet, and then go to the mines again to mine 2500 ores until you get a rock pet. Save everything you mined in order to sell it, and that will be your fourth pet. And then, take all that money you've earned and buy as many accessories as you can afford from the adventurer. That should give you 6 accessories, and if you can't afford it, go back to more gravel for more money. For your 7th accessory, go for one of the easy craftable ones like the Speed Talisman, and that's that sorted. By now, you've also probably reached skill average 7, so we'll cross that off the list. Next up, keep checking your island and collecting oak minions until you've unlocked medium storages, and then you can pack them all away and swap them out for redstone minions, as you need to unlock enchanted redstone blocks, and also unlock and craft some compactors for them too, and leave them running whilst we move on to the next thing. Also, set up a chicken minion or 2, collect 5 eggs, and craft a chicken hat. Seriously. Then, get a fishing rod and go fishing. Fish up to 150 sea creatures whilst pressing shift every 20 seconds to lay an egg, and eventually you'll get your 5th pet, a dolphin. And after you reach 2.5k chicken collection, craft an enchanted egg and then get 8 Jerry eggs from moving Jerry around to craft a Jerry pet, your 6th and final pet. Then, swap the minions back to redstone. That's all the easy ones done, unfortunately. Now we need to start spending time on things. Set up a cobblestone generator on your private island, or just get a fast gold pickaxe in a public mine somewhere, and get a god splash, and then start mining cobblestone. You're going to want 72,000 cobblestone, as well as 70,000 cobblestone collection, which is gonna take a fair amount of time, but by the time that's done, your redstone minions should have produced enough redstone for you. You have been checking and emptying them, right? And you can craft your super compactor and finally be done with what might be the worst part of this whole thing. Set up rabbit minions and also set up a blaze minion with them, using the super compactor you just crafted of course, and then go do something else. I suggest going out and getting a bunch of fairy souls that you didn't collect before for the stats and to call that quest done. It's easier if you can somehow get ender pearls. And then set our sights on the worst thing on this whole list, the Titanic HP Bottle. There's 3 ways to get one and none of them are very easy. You can craft it, which requires 179,000 lapis lazuli, but it also is guaranteed. You can fish it up as an ultra rare treasure drop, but you can't guarantee anything. Or you can get it from the experimentation table, but this requires enchanting level 20 to do the high super stairs, which is the minimum you can get it from, and even then, it's still very unlikely. There is no nice way to put it, but you're going to have to choose one of them to do, and I don't know what to suggest. Just keep in mind at one point or another, you're going to have to level 5.6 million skill XP into one of your pets somehow, so mining might not be the worst idea here and is the only guaranteed method, but fishing isn't a bad idea too and will contribute towards the million coin quest. Whichever you do, level the pet alongside it. You also want to build a potato farm underneath your island. It doesn't have to be a huge one, but it should be as big as your attention span will allow you to build, and harvest this every 40 minutes or so in between grinding for the Titanic bottle. After you've finally sourced a Titanic HP bottle or your rabbit minions have filled your collection to an unreasonable 75,000, this might take a couple days by the way, collect from the minions, and also hopefully fill your blaze rod collection too to cross those off. And then swap your minions out for flint minions. At this point, you've also likely farmed enough potatoes to craft your hot potato book, so we can cross those off and keep going on the last stretch. Your flint minions will passively generate money for you, whilst you do significantly more fun things like getting ready to go into dungeons. You're gonna need combat level 15 and a good squad to carry you, but essentially, being in dungeons is a really easy way to deal 12,000 damage in a single hit and get 500 HP. And it's also a very easy way to get that ultimate enchanted book that you need, and one of the community quests requires defeating Scarf, so do it. Finally, you need to store 1 million coins, which you'll get through your minions, and then try something like Mythology event for coins. I'll bet you won't be making that much as there is no bazaar to sell to. And finally, leveling a pet to level 100. There is no secret to leveling a pet to 100, you just kinda need to do it. You can get a fair bit of XP from Heart of the Mountain commissions though, which you need to do later. For the 5 community contributions, you only have to do a tiny contribution to them personally to get a row counted as cleared. We've already killed sea creatures and harvested crops, so that's already done. Killing zealots might take a bit of effort, but with a god splash and a little bit of cowering in a corner, you can kill 1 zealot to be counted. A scarf kill should be easy enough with a carry. And finally, Heart of the Mountain XP can be earned through commissions, which don't take too long to do. But you do have to mine for a bunch of enchanted stuff to gain access to the mines. Honestly, for a first bingo, this is really difficult, and it's gonna take at least a day to finish it, especially given that it's entirely solo. Post how long it took you to do it in the comments when you're done, and hey, if anyone has any strategies of their own, feel free to share them in the comments. Alright, see ya, have a nice day.